Hey, all right, it's self care day 19, and I figured out what I did today. And this is going to be a long one, so I'll get to the point in the beginning and then I'll explain the details on how I came up with this and how I did it. So, for self care day 19, I moved some money around. So, make sure all the money that you have in any kind of way is working for you, aka building on top of itself and on top of itself and on top of itself again. All right? So, self care, day 19, move some money around. So, what I did today is I noticed that after speaking with, catching up with some old friends, because before I even put that post up, someone called me and we were chatting it up. But I was also looking for places for my son to put his money that he's earning from his job where it'll collect more interest, or it is interest than sitting in his savings or his checking account. So if you have any type of money from anything that's sitting somewhere, like an emergency fund, I know some people will have like an emergency fund for car repairs, or in case something breaks in their house. If you're a homeowner, you typically have some type of reserve to cover for repairs or anything that could pop up. So if you have this money sitting in a savings account, make sure it's a high yield savings account, like a high yield return savings account. So I went online and I looked at all of the savings accounts I have and all of the money that's sitting in there. And they say this all of the time, like, yeah, you don't get anything from your money sitting in savings accounts because you only get like 0.03% or some wildness like that. But people do like having their money in accounts where they can reach it if they need it. Whereas the stock market is one place to have it, your 401k is another place to have it, but those areas may not be as liquid as you need it to be, especially if you have your funds tied up in businesses, real estate, stocks, bonds, CDs, IRAs, savings funds for your kids, for college, wherever you have it. But if you do have any type of money that you have saved for emergencies, or just a savings account where you deposit that money and you forget about it so you don't spend it, make sure it's in a high yield savings account, like a high yield, high return. And I have found, today we're moving some money around, I did find some that are as high as 3%. Now these are online banks, not saying that your money isn't safe because it's all FDIC insured. However, some of them you cannot, there's no branch. So you may have to wait a day or two if you need to get the money out. And I went with Citi. Citi has like 2.36 right now. And then make it a point to check. I guess you could do it monthly, or if there's a way to set up alerts, you can contact them to see if they can email you if the rates change, so that you would know if the rate dropped below, say, 2%, and then you can move your money somewhere else. Because if you have $10,000 sitting in an account for whatever reason, and it's gaining 3%, even 2% or 3%, it's better than gaining 0.03%, which is AKA nothing. So digging around today, finding all of these accounts, because I like to hide money from myself. So I have money automatically deducted, withdrawn. I don't see it, so I can't spend it. And they're sitting in credit unions and accounts all over the place that is not collecting much of anything. So moving them around, I move them to two different ones. One is an online branch that has like 2.5%, and then the other one is Citi, which is 2.36 right now. And I'm gonna make it a point to check on it maybe every 30 days and make sure the rates haven't fallen below 2%, or I'll move my money somewhere else. And what else? And I also noticed or spoke to, it seems like I have a whole array of friends or individuals that I communicate with regularly. And I mean, they're from all types of spectrums, to people who have way too much money sitting around, to people who don't save any money, to people who, I don't know, never even heard of, like, they don't contribute to their 401k and they're working somewhere that does matching. That's crazy. Anytime somebody wants to give you free money or invest with you, you should always go with those opportunities, because you're going to spend the money anyway. Same thing with the stock market. I am a huge consumer. I'm not a big saver. I spend a lot and I'm an impulse buyer. But what I have done in the past, I don't know, financially woke 2 years that I have gotten myself into, instead of spending, say, $600 at Victoria's Secret, I might spend $200 and take the other $400 and put it into like a Louis Vuitton stock or an L brand stock or any of those stocks. Whereas, because I was going to spend the money anyway, but I might as well let it sit there and see if it turns into more money. Plus, most of the stuff I get, I hardly wear anyway. So that's my self-care day 19, moving money around so that your money is working for you while you work for your money too. Compounding interest is real. Get into it. All right, talk to you later.